The reason why intermittent fasting works is because essentially
Welcome to the You and You podcast with me, Sanjeev Sangha. I hope you enjoy listening to today's episode, and if you do, please hit the like button, and I thank you so much in advance. Every episode I look at a word. This one, it's not so much of a word, but it's actually more about women's health and how we can move forward in a progressive way. And this is the third part of a series that I'm doing with Tej, who is a body and health transformational specialist, helping ambitious and amazing women glow and navigate their life as the hormones change. And so does the fitness, with confidence. She comes from a corporate background and has very much a lived experience in how she wanted to move forward with her body in a proactive and positive way, and helps create that in other people. I have seen the results through one of her clients, and it's fabulous, and it's amazing to see my friend in such a positive way, just glowing and actually living her best life. Her mission is to help women break old rules, manage symptoms like weight gain, low energy, feeling stronger and better in their bodies, hold themselves with confidence, and without the confusion or overwhelm, to love and live their best lives moving forward, not just in their 40s, I will say, because I think this is advice that we can all live and learn from. And you've definitely taught me a thing or two. Whether or not I wanted to know that is another thing. I would say I definitely didn't want to know that about wine. Within today's episode, we're going to be looking at fasting and things like cortisol and collagen. And it's because there are actually three things that have been quite important in my life. So my cortisol levels rose to a level where my allergies went crazy. I was allergic to everything because I have hay fever. So then as I was getting more stressed, it was hard to survive a day without having to take an antihistamine. I had an EpiPen with me. I now don't have to do any of that. So I've worked my way through all that. And I mentioned cortisol because you mentioned it just now. So actually, why don't we cover that first, and then we can talk about fasting and collagen and things like that.
Happy to discuss all of those things.
So you brought up cortisol as in the sleep context. Tell me a bit about it.
So cortisol, obviously, we all need it. And recently it's been trending a lot, social media, everyone wants to talk about it and blame it almost for everything that's going wrong in your body and life.
But it's your fight or flight mode as well, isn't it?
We need it.
You actually need it.
We need it.
That's been the human survival thing.
Right. We even need it just to wake up.
Really? I didn't know we needed it for waking up.
Yeah. So about 3-4 a.m. you're going to start to your body's going to start to release.
That's a woman, isn't it? Because that's what you said.
No, it's everyone, all human beings.
Great.
Yeah,
okay.
Cortisol is the thing that wakes our body up, but it's not a sort of immediate spike that goes wake up unless there's danger and you hear it.
Yeah.
Cortisol starts to rise gently, so that it encourages your body to start coming out of your sleep cycle and wake you up.
So that's after quite a deep sleep cycle, isn't it?
Deep sleep after.
Yeah, because then you go into the dreaming one, don't you?
Well, without getting into all of those nitty-gritties, it's just the fact that we need the cortisol to elevate to come out of sleep.
Okay.
And with women, men, once we're awake, we kind of get on with our day. Now, men, when they wake up, cortisol starts naturally dropping.
That explains a lot. I'm joking.
Well, because you don't need to operate at that high octane. We shouldn't be. Cortisol comes along to do a job at various different points in our day.
They were the hunter-gatherers, so then they would probably spike at a different time.
Right.
Later on in the day.
At any point in the day.
Yeah.
So like you said, fight or flight, if we're in danger or, if we get really hungry, the cortisol will start spiking at different points to keep us going.
Yeah.
With women, we need to eat, and cortisol then starts to come down to a point where it can be managed and you get to optimize your behaviors and the way you're thinking, because cortisol is designed to change even the way that you think.
I'm so annoyed because actually knowing that, it explains why until I eat, I'm a bit like this. So like now you can see I'm a bit like this. and I'm tired, and I'm like kind of going, I can't get the words out, and it's not that I'm tired now, because it's like, what is it? It's like 12 o'clock. I did have a cup of cacao, a bit alternative before I had the coffee. And so that isn't really enough to eat. It is calorific to a certain degree, but it was like, it's not proper.
You mean it's got
food.
some energy in it?
It has,
but
so
not enough
but it wasn't never enough for a meal. And like, really, I should have probably have eaten before you came.
And the thing is, when we're younger, it doesn't matter as much because we just get on with it.
But I love cereal. Like, I would have had like bowls and bowls of cereal and just lived off it, and fried egg on toast. That was it.
But now, the fact that when we eat, it helps to drop that cortisol level.
It's so amazing to know that. I'm just blown away by that.
Yeah, and then make it a high protein one. And it ticks a bunch of boxes first thing in the morning.
I'm so annoyed because there's so much fasting advice out there for women. Fasting for your hormones. And then, but basically you skip your first meal of the day, or you have it at 11 or 12. And you've gone through like maybe 5 hours of being awake, and you're getting more and more like agitated a little bit. I'm rattling around in my body a little bit more. I'm not agitated, I'm not expressing it out there, but inside I don't feel great. I'm feeling unsteady like I am now. And then you start eating, and then you feel all right, and then you go through the cycle again.
So I will never say intermittent fasting is a problem per se.
Yeah.
Okay. If you are trying to lose weight, and that's why you intermittent fast, it will help. It's one of the methods that help.
Yeah, because you're resting your body, you're kind of doing that whole thing that I talked about before, which was, famine feast theory. No,
that's not why. The reason why intermittent fasting works is because essentially you're cutting a meal out. So you're cutting a whole bunch of calories out of your day. That's all it is. That is all of these methods, 5-2 method, Atkins, keto, all of these methods are designed to do one thing and one thing primarily, a calorie deficit. So if you are choosing to intermittent fast for weight loss, it does work. And it is one method.
When I used to do the 5-2, which was like probably about 10 years ago, because I've always had a little tummy.
Okay.
Even when I was 7.5 stone at school, I always had a little tummy. And that is big genetics completely. And now I've got a slightly bigger tummy.
Okay.
And I think I need to sort it out. I do need to sort it out. But the intermittent, the 5-2 was great because it just reduced my weight. But then I was eating 500 calories, and it was really hard to sustain because all I was doing was thinking about food. And I could do it, but then I'd get hungry, I think. And then you still need to kind of eat throughout the whole of the day. Oh, God. And then now I've done the more 16 hours of eating, and then
16 hours fasting and 8 hours eating. Yeah,
you
might go the other way if you do it that way. No, but you know what the thing is, again, you just made a small inversion, but it still can work for you to eat 16 hours a day, and you can still lose weight if you're in a calorie deficit. So it's not time restricted eating that is helping you get the weight loss. It is the fact that you're not eating as many calories just by nature of skipping a meal.
Yeah, so if you if you decided that you were going to do an 800 calorie day to create a massive deficit.
That just instantly fills me with so much dread.
Oh.
800. Okay, so what do you think calories are used for in a human body?
Brain.
Okay.
Brain, movement, repair. For me, it's to create fat around my organs and my tummy.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm joking.
Aesthetically speaking.
So it creates movement. But it's about general health, but you got to get the right calories in.
So it's survival. Every single process that is happening inside of us. Nearly. It's literally everything that even if I lay down here for a week, there is a certain number of calories that my body would need just to stay, not just alive, but for the processes to happen in a good way.
Yes, in a positive
In a
way, without
positive
putting
way.
your organs under duress. or
Exactly
stress.
this. Exactly. Okay. Now, that amount is far bigger than most people think.
1,200?
So I'm 5'1".
Yeah.
And I weigh about...
Oh, you did it.
Big in personality, though.
Yeah. You're the boss. If you're my personal trainer, I would not mess with you.
I love that. Thank you. My daughter said that to me the other day. She's like, you're so small, but you're so powerful.
Got
How?
right gob on you. No. It's great. It's amazing. It's inspirational.
And this is why, like, what I want women to know is that we need those energy hits and calories to just help our bodies to perform the way that they should, not the way that they have to, i.e. not survival, but to be well. Now,
so how much would you say that was?
So for my body, like I said, I'm 5'1", I weigh about 49 kg, and for me,
I can pick you up.
even though I'm fairly muscular, especially because I'm fairly muscular, my maintenance calories will be around 1,200 calories, which means that if I lie here, that is the minimum I will need for my body to just live.
Okay. What about me? We're going to bleep out my weight. Actually, maybe we shouldn't bleep out my weight. I'm 5'5".
I wouldn't know what your maintenance calories are without quite a lot of information.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but the premise I use is that if I then go into adding activity, because I walk a minimum of 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day.
Okay.
I love walking. I also train 4 times a week. I get a couple of cardio sessions in, and I use my brain a lot. So already then my calorie need is higher than what I would need if I was just lying here completely zoned out.
So what's your calorie need then, your real one?
So for me, my maintenance, just to stay where I'm at, which is higher than most people at my height and stature.
Yeah.
Because of my activity levels and because of how much muscle tone I have, etc., to maintain where I'm at, need at least 1,600 calories.
Okay then. So that is, I can eat 1,600 calories.
At a minimum, right? Now, if I then, like I said, want women to train harder, work harder, build more muscle, potentially I might then, if I want to grow more muscle tone, go up. And in my bulk, when I was trying to actively grow more muscle tone, went into a period where I was eating 2,300, 2,400 calories a day. And even then my body found it hard because I'm so active and because I'm constantly thinking and constantly, stressing, overthinking, worrying, all the rest of it. That all uses energy.
Yeah.
And so when you say 800 calories, it makes me go, "Ah!" because that's not even enough for your body to operate.
I did it for a couple of weeks, right? I was like, I'm just going to drop down to an 800 calorie diet. And I did it for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And it did drop my weight. It dropped my weight, which is what I wanted.
But how did you feel?
I felt all right, actually.
Okay.
I felt all right. I was eating protein type stuff.
Brilliant.
What I was doing is because I told you I got a food box, I know how much calories are in each meal, how much protein. I wasn't necessarily getting the fullest amount for each thing because you can't at 800 calories. And so I was letting my body just
this is why.
Move.
So you would have lost weight.
Yeah.
Because your body, and especially if you're someone who has additional fat stored, your body can then make up that deficit using this fat energy in the fat
That's what
cells.
I was wanting to happen.
Yeah.
I was doing it on purpose. And I'm contemplating doing it again. But this whole thing about eating the meal in the morning is really, it's a wake-up call. The whole alcohol thing from the last episode is a bit of a wake-up call.
And that obviously, those have got calories too.
Yes, well, of course. Why not? And they're empty calories.
Yes.
So they don't give you anything.
They don't give you anything.
And then what I'm curious about is because when you talk about when we talk about fasting, there's so much in there about women and their hormones and fasting, and then, having the resets within your body where you might prolong a fast for 24 hours, 48 hours, autophagy, that's it. And there's all these different things which I've read about.
Okay.
What's your conception on those?
Okay.
Or perception
on
those?
Autophagy is the renewal of cells.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what else creates autophagy?
Eating? Alcohol? I'm joking.
Unfortunately.
No? Exercise?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Strength training,
Yeah.
working out, walking. Does fasting create more autophagy?
Do you think it makes it worse?
No.
No. Okay.
So people who are like, I'm doing it because I want autophagy. Well, why don't you just start working out instead of cutting your food out?
Because I did a 72-hour one a couple of times. The first one I was all right. Second one I didn't do it I didn't do it right in the first way.
What are you
and you
doing
have to drink
it
the
for?
electrolytes. I was doing it as a complete reset of all organs and that concept of new stem cells.
Okay.
But you can't do anything, and then you've got people living with you, and then they're making food, and you're just like, I'm gonna go upstairs
And
now, just lie down because I can't deal with the smell.
Feel like torture at that point?
Oh my days!
So the mental stress of that then negates what you're trying to do, because
that's all you're thinking about.
Yes.
You can't do anything.
Right.
Actually, you're just on your sofa.
Do you think you can achieve autophagy if you're mentally stressed, physically stressed, like you're fighting yourself? What are the wins here then?
I don't know, because it's interesting, because the research around the whole idea of creating new stem cells in a template of perfect health rather than the damaged cells that your body is creating.
So
because this is like
this is where
into the science of the cancer cells and things like that.
Right, but then this is where I would say, how would you feel if I said to you, actually, if you started making sure you lift weights 3 to 4 times a week, that you make sure you get enough protein in every meal that you consume, and that you actively walk and focus on your breathing and sleep and stress, that you will negate the effects of potential cancerists more so than if you did 72-hour fasts every month.
Oh my God, every month? Are you crazy?
No, but this is what right. But does that make sense? I'm like, if you're just living a life of great balance and looking after yourself on a daily basis and a weekly basis versus torture. And I mean, there are some people that are like, I just feel renewed and amazing. Or if I take it back to over 1,500 women that I've worked with across all the years,
wow,
and the fact that they feel phenomenal just from cleaning up their lifestyles, they've automatically reduced their risks of certain cancers by looking after themselves, reducing their belly fat, reduced their risks of all other health concerns that they may potentially have from a genetic disposition.
And they're creating positive routines in their lifestyle, which will spread out into their wider family, won't they?
Are they likely to? Are you going to be able to carry on doing your 72-hour fasts when you're in your 60s, 70s?
God, no, I can't do them now when I'm working.
So then
it's like, oh, when do I squeeze that one in? It's like, I can't.
So I'm not going
I don't want to right now.
Fasting is not good. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, what are you doing it for? And actually, if it's not something that A, you find pleasure in, or B, that you find it very difficult to do, what are the other alternatives that will give you the same or similar outcomes?
Okay. So I've got a question for you, because we're talking about, because you've mentioned doing weights 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah.
So what does a rest day look like for you, and how do you rest? Because I really struggle with the idea of what is a rest day? Does rest day mean a bit of yoga or a walk, or is it like every other day? Tell me what it should look like. Yeah.
So, I love this question.
Why?
Because I used to be that person that struggled with rest day. Because I'm neurodivergent. So for me, activity means my brain is happy.
You're just very special.
Yeah.
Like me.
And I was a late. Yeah, exactly. I do think I'm special for that reason. And I used to be very lazy. So getting me to do anything physical was a real flipping feat. Yeah. And then I went through that phase where I was like, do something every day, do something every day, do something. And then I got into my 40s and my body was like, that's cute. You used to be able to cope with that. And now I'm like, okay, here's how it's going to work. It's that whole balance thing. When you train really well. You go to intensity. You work hard to a point where you're like, I need to push myself further than I did last session.
Yeah, I've had heart rate monitors on and I'm like, okay, now it's gone a bit too fast.
Forget the heart rate monitor. I'm talking about the strength thing.
But I can feel it. Like okay, I've gone a bit too much. So I just stop for a bit and then carry on.
Right, okay, good. Then You need to rest and recover. That's where your body is actually, you don't build anything in those sessions. In fact, even the calories that you burn is not a massive amount, especially if in strength training. But in the repair and recovery time, i.e. all the time after that session and before your next one, you are building, you're repairing, you're building, and you're maximizing, you're optimizing.
So how long is that period before your next session?
So obviously if you're training 3 to 4 times a week, so for example, my split looks like a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Oh, okay. So you do it bang, bang, stop.
That's because of the split I work on. Currently I'm on a upper, lower. So 2 upper body workouts, 2 lower body workouts.
Oh, okay. So you do like a Monday and a Tuesday will be an upper and a lower.
Exactly. And so there's enough rest for each muscle group in my upper body before I hit upper body again.
Okay, so the place that I go to for weights, they just do whole body.
Okay,
every time,
but that's because you're following a training program that's generic.
Yeah, it's for everybody in that room. Some of them are like really young.
Small group PT, it sounds like.
There's probably about 15 people in the room lifting weights.
So that's not tailored to you. My session, for anyone that works with me, the sessions are tailored to them and what their goals are. And I absolutely love the full body mentality and setup for
it's because
training.
Then I go there and then I'm in the zone, I do it, rather than because I've got all the, the apps on the phone, which I could do because I've got an Apple plan.
For you, what it is, it's an accountability and a routine thing.
Yeah,
you're supposed to be there for a certain time. They'll make you do it and it's done.
It's done, yes.
Right. Understood.
So if I have that and I'm going 3 times, I won't be able to do the two.
Right. So this is why that's better than nothing.
Yes.
Okay. You want to optimize on that, then it will be a plan that's specific to you, your body, how you move, and exercises that will actually help improve any other issues and imbalances that you may have. Okay, that's what, for example...
So if you do those 2-2, then would you do any reformer or yoga, or do you just stick to the walking?
You can, absolutely.
But would they be on the same days that you do your 2-2?
So for me, something like reformer Pilates, it is quite intense.
Yeah.
And I like having at least 2 days of nothingness now.
Yeah.
Because my body repairs and recovers so much better.
You feel so much better. Actually, if you do have those full 2 days, what I've noticed is that I feel so much stronger.
Yes, absolutely.
On that day.
And that's how you're meant to feel. That is how you're meant to feel. Now, the fact that you do full bodies, say, for example, you could pre-book in your sessions and there was a week where you wanted to get 3 sessions in, but you've only got 3 consecutive days.
Yes.
3 full bodies every day for 3 days. I would say skip that middle day and go the second day.
I think so, yeah. So I do that. I can't do it every day.
Yeah.
That's
not a great idea.
I also know that doing it every other day isn't necessarily great for me. It's almost like the 2 days is better now as I'm getting older. But that's why I'm not so convinced about this full body thing, because actually the break of having the upper and the lower
it's very individual. Yeah, I mean, I love it because I feel like this set of muscles got a really good workout, and then the next day this set of muscles. But last year I spent the whole year in a full body phase.
Yeah.
And that was because life got really busy, and I thought there were weeks that I could only make 3 sessions instead of my 4, which in my upper lower split, either my upper or lower would get missed. Whereas if I'm doing full bodies, if I miss a session, the whole body still got everything it needed that week.
Yeah, I'm not hitting those number of sessions, but that's something we can talk about offline, just because of my plan and stuff like that. But whether or not I carry on with that way, it's just the fact that it's convenience.
But
right now, convenience is important for me. But everything's walkable, because I used to love swimming.
Yeah,
like really love, and it's just like. Oh.
So when we talk about rest and recovery days, swimming, I like active recovery days. So on the rest days, you're not doing anything. You're not lying there like a potato.
Oh, really?
No.
I don't like your recovery days. I like my recovery days lying on the sofa, man.
But if you really want to, because bodies love movement.
Yeah.
And recovery is encouraged by movement, but gentle movement. So that's your day to go out for your nice long walks.
Long walks, swim, yoga.
I'm a massive advocate of yoga, stretching, And more gentler Pilates, so not your reformer trying to.
I'm not really fan of Pilates besides reformer. I like yoga. That's my kind of go-to. But the only thing, like, even though I've done reformer Pilates on and off, still pretty useless at it. But you know, it's fine. I go for 10, 15 years, right? So actually 15. I'm just getting older. But I find that it's actually the weights that have helped me more than anything. I used to be in chronic pain. I'm talking from the age of 28. And I was on, and it was to do with slip discs and what have you. But let's just leave that one. I think it's quite good that we've covered the amount of rest days to exercise, because we've talked a lot around strength training. I think it was quite funny because you saw me put collagen in my coffee. And what is your thoughts on collagen? Because like people are going, oh, you know, when we fast and then we have a bit of collagen because it's not got calories in, and especially as we're getting older, and it's like, oh, it's all supports the muscles and the joints. Tell me about collagen and what it is and why. Is it good or not?
So collagen,
in your opinion?
There's no research yet that I've come across that supports the fact that collagen is something that you can consume and it changes the game when we're talking about non-bovine, non-animal based collagen.
Yeah.
So I looked at your packet and it was bovine collagen.
So it's animal based.
So it's going to help your joints. It's
going
that's
to
interesting.
Help, yeah, because I'm like there kind of going, I'm eating vegetarian vegan food. It's hilarious. But I will eat meat if I want to. I'm not going to be, I don't stop myself from eating something.
I think a varied diet is very important.
If I want something, then I kind of eat it.
And this is the thing.
Ice cream.
It's not, you don't have to call yourself a vegan to be plant forward is the way that I like to term it.
Ooh.
Yeah, because you're prioritizing plants, and absolutely, like I've been living more of a vegetarian diet over the last, I'd say 8 months.
Yeah.
I'm not a vegetarian though.
Yeah.
Because I will happily have chicken and I'm a lacto-ovo vegetarian, so I will have my dairy and eggs every single day. When it comes to collagen, vitamin C is one of the key elements that help our bodies to create our own.
I've got some tablets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Collagen. Yeah. If you're going to be vegan, vegetarian, and then trying to help your collagen with vegan, vegetarian supplements, it's just a very expensive.
It's expensive.
I wouldn't say mistake, but it's an expensive, unnecessary. You're not going to get anything back. Not from any research that I've come across, anyway.
Yeah, I think like to be vegan, from my experiences of trying in the past, I suppose I have a problem because of my allergies, and it's actually
I want to cover that actually
because of it's pollen related, and then it's oral mouth allergy, so it can get quite sensitive. So actually having lots of raw vegetables isn't great for me.
So I will interject only because I can say with one fell swoop, you could help improve all of those things with attention to your gut.
Yes,
your gut
I have
health.
already, so I'm not as sensitive as to certain things. But then the reason why I was going to go into the whole plant-based diet, the vegan concept, is that because I kind of then shy away from the processed levels of the fake foods. I definitely won't eat fake meat if I can help it. Like I won't. I'd rather just have the real thing. And then I won't have the fake cheese.
What's fake cheese?
I don't know. It's called. I don't know. There's lots of different brands, and it's like they have vegan cheeses and vegan butters.
Oh,
but they're made
okay.
from like cashews, and they're very processed.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. So then I definitely don't want that in my diet. But so for me to be able to hit the right kind of levels of proteins and stuff like that, it just means that if I go out, I'm just gonna have lots of chips, which isn't great.
And you don't.
Because I'm not allergic to those and I love them.
Of course. So what you're doing is you're building your rules around things you like.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. No, but I'm just saying, I think it's hard to have a plant-based diet if you have, I find it easier with a meal box that I would be able to have a plant-based diet. because everything is prepped and prepared, and I just put it together or I cook it.
Love the
but
ease
for
and
me to go
convenience.
shopping to figure it out, it's just like I haven't got the headspace.
No, and most women in our sort of
And then
not
you end up
time,
eating chips.
space and mentality, but yeah, all of that stuff is going to be additional brain power that we've already spent on so many other things that are important to us. So I totally get that. Firstly, your allergies, your histamine reactions, when I say it's coming down to your gut, it also then gets worse because as we age, estrogen levels fall.
Yeah.
And estrogen, when it falls, our histamine responses, reactions go up.
Yeah.
And so we know that you take antihistamines because you've got hay fever. So antihistamines are just basically helping our allergies to be contained.
Yeah, I nailed it. I've had it some years where I haven't had to take them, but that's because then I'm having acupuncture or I'm having Chinese medicine. But when the stress level goes up, then so does my reactions.
So this is it. Estrogen is a protector against the effects of stress. So we've got a double-pronged approach where estrogen is going down, so we don't have as much of a stress tolerance anyway. And because of what we're going through at this age, stress is going up.
Yeah.
So when we are stressed, what happens is our gut gets inflamed.
Yeah, and it's our next largest organ, and that feeds the brain.
It's the second brain.
Yes.
So and that's where our hormones are also like influenced. The biggest influence of hormones is the gut.
Yeah.
So if your gut is inflamed, you are going to have a completely shit time with inflammation across the body.
Yeah.
Also, you're going to be allergic to far more foods. Your digestive system instantly changes when your gut is annoyed, okay? So I find it really difficult then to absorb all the nutrients from the food, the good food that you are having. So then you have to supersize those efforts. And it all comes down to the fact that so many women I've worked with, again, one of the things, fiber forward.
Oh, yes. Do you need
Fiber
that, don't
is
you?
absolutely necessary, and we have to make it a priority over 40, perimenopausally, to help our hormones, to help our bodies, our gut, everything, because that is the basic home of where everything gets created from, including immune system help.
So, on a final note, what's the one nutrition principle that you live by that transcends all ages and stages?
One nutrition principle?
Yeah.
I'm going to double barrel it and say, sorry, I know, that's so annoying, is protein and fiber first. Always.
Okay.
Always.
Okay, so if you're a vegan, how would you get your protein sources?
Love that. So you've got, and I know we could have a whole other discussion on the whole process.
I think we probably could, yeah.
Yeah. Tofu.
Yeah.
We've got, obviously, when we talk things like lentils, beans, pulses.
I can't have those. I'm a
quinoa,
bit allergic
grains.
to those.
Okay.
Yeah, like the lentils and the beans. I can have a bit, but not too much. So that's where veganism doesn't fit for me.
So it's not
so well.
that you're allergic to it. It's the fact that they require more work from our digestive system to actually digest them.
Oh, really?
And that then causes more discomfort, more
and for everyone else around me.
Right, exactly this. So if you had a happy, healthy gut, you'd be able to eat those. Yes, it's still tougher to digest.
Be happy, healthy.
Those are carbs. So they have a little bit of protein, but those are carbs. So for vegans, it is going to be tofu, tempeh, big
that's
sources.
quite nice.
Yep. And you could also go down to your whole soybeans, which are great because they're phytoestrogen. Again, tofu also, tempeh also, they're phytoestrogens, which are helpful in our 40s plus because they basically mimic estrogen.
Yes.
Okay. So those are really, really key ones. And then you add in those lentils, beans, pulses to add additionally residual proteins in.
Yeah.
You are very likely going to need to add in processed proteins like protein powders. And those are derived from things like you get brown rice protein, hemp-based protein, pea protein.
Yes.
And there's a lot of the things that you refer
They've
to.
upset me because I've got a protein powder, and I'm not going to go into it because it's like
we can discuss that offline.
But it was interesting because the protein powder was great, and I was enjoying having it because I was like, oh, I know I'm doing something positive.
Yeah.
But then it was just like, oh, okay, this is causing it's causing something else which I'm not happy with.
Okay, but there may be an ingredient within that that is causing that. For some people, if their gut's that annoyed, sweeteners can be.
Yeah, it's got a sweetener in, I think,
right.
in it, and it's got all these other things. So
but that's it. You're going to need to then make a choice between, because the problem is here, are we talking processed or ultra processed? Because lentils, beans, pulses, they're all processed.
Yes. They are, aren't they?
There is a semblance of protein in so much food that we consume that we would target them as natural, but actually have been through an element of processing. Where do you put the marker for yourself?
Yes, true. What is our markers? What are our principles? Fibre. How can you get fibre? Because I get, is that like the broccoli and the green veg?
Greens, green leafies are the great, and obviously we want to make sure we're getting good veg in for the micronutrients, not just the macronutrients.
Oh, because that will help the gut, won't it?
It helps everything.
Okay.
And then you've got the lentils, beans, pulses, really high in fibre.
Yeah.
Those are going to be your big, the biggest hits of your fibre that you want to include into your diet. But then if you are struggling to digest stuff like that, like I have had clients that have used things like psyllium husk and isabgol, chia seeds.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Chia seeds are great. Yeah.
Nuts are great for fibre too.
Yeah.
But they do
allergic to them.
They're all fats though, so you have to be able to create the balance that allow you to get the nutrients you need without taking you over on your calories.
Oh yes, it's a balance. It's all about the balance.
Because fats contain more than double the calories of carbs and protein.
Oh God. Okay then. Thank you so much. It's been such an enlightening morning, and it's been such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, and you.
And all I can do is wish you the best in your business. And oh my gosh, I feel like I'm going to have you back on for something else, because it's going to be like, right, what do I need you to blow the cobwebs out around now? Thank you so much, and thank you so much for listening, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as me. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the subscribe button or share it. Thank you so much for your time.